In this video, we're going to do a Lagrange error problem, and it says calculator active, but this one could just as easily be done without a calculator. So we want to find the Lagrange error in calculating f of pi fourths for the third degree Taylor polynomial for f of x is sine x plus cosine x about x is 0. Well, first of all, because it's about x equals 0, it's really a Maclaurin series. And the key here is it's a third degree, which means error will be smaller than the fourth term. So we start with our magical number m, x to the fourth power over 4 factorial. So in order to find m, we're going to need the fourth derivative, and then we're going to need to plug in some value. So if f of x is sine x plus cosine x, f prime of x is cosine x minus sine x, f double prime, well, derivative of cosine is negative sine, derivative of negative sine is negative cosine, f triple prime of x, derivative of negative sine would be negative cosine, derivative of negative cosine would be positive sine, and then finally our fourth derivative would circle back on itself, and we're back to sine x plus cosine x. It's kind of a nice little factoid to know that when you take four derivatives of either sine or cosine, you end up back where you've started. So now what we need to do is we need to plug in some value to that fourth derivative, and they were nice enough to provide that value for us. Sometimes we have an interval where we have to search for that part that is furthest away from the x-axis, but in this case they simply gave it to us. So we have sine of pi fourths plus cosine of pi fourths, which would be root 2 over 2 plus root 2 over 2. And for those of us that really don't like fractions, think of that as 1/2 root 2 plus 1/2 root 2, which is simply root 2. So root 2 is our value for m. So we're going to have root 2 something to the fourth power over 4 factorial. Now that something to the fourth power is pi fourths. So this would be our upper error bound. Now, because it was a calculator active question, one would suspect they would want you to go ahead and type that in. If you were to type that in, you would get the decimal 0.02242.